Well, over the weekend, Stipe Miocic, he's the reigning UFC heavyweight champion from Euclid. We're damn proud of him. This weekend, he broke the promotion's record for most heavyweight title defenses. Still, the champ feels slighted by the fight league he represents, and it's causing a lot of friction with the UFC brass. Nobody covers Stipe Miocic like our guy from WKYC.com, Matt Florjancic. All right, let's get first to the fight on Saturday night. He won in Boston. He won a unanimous decision, right?
Right, and he really dominated decision, Jim. Leading up to the fight, everybody thought Francis Ngannou's power was going to be the deciding factor, but what it really came down to was Stipe's ability to get this fight against the cage and down to the mat. He was a collegiate wrestler at Cleveland State, and he used that to his advantage.
Okay, what's the rub with UFC? What's going on? And tell us first, upon the announcement of the decision that he had won, the presentation of the belt got a little dicey.
Yeah, it did. Typically, UFC President Dana White presents the champion with their belt. Stipe took the belt away from Dana White, handed it to his head coach, Marcus Marinelli of Strong Style Gym, and said, "You put the belt around me," and Marcus was the one who crowned him the and still champion.
And Dana White was not happy about this. So what's going on between Stipe, Dana White, and the UFC?
This is an interesting thing that's been going on for a while now. When Stipe won the belt, he came back to Cleveland and defended it, and everything was great until he signed his check after the fight and found out that his opponent, a contender, made $200,000 more than the champion.
Wait, let's just say that again. The guy wins the fight, defends his title. He's the defending champion. He wins. His opponent made $200,000 more?
Yes.
That is unheard of. That's unthinkable.
Yeah.
That's crooked, is what it is.
It is unprecedented by UFC standards, and Stipe said publicly, "Look, I'm upset with this contract situation. I want to renegotiate now that I'm the champion," and they felt since he was already under contract that they were taken care of.
But he's such a good guy. I mean, you know, does that work against him in this kind of situation?
In this sport, yes, because it's all about self-promotion. Right. It's all about pay-per-view buys. And the more talk you generate, the more pay-per-view buys you get.
So actually, and Matt brings up this point now, pay-per-view buys. Stipe's a little bit lower on the pay-per-view buys for one of his fights, right?
Typically, yes. He's way lower than what they would want out of their heavyweight champion. He's sold $300,000 for his title win, $300,000 for his second defense, $450,000 for the Cleveland fight, but there was some extenuating circumstances.
What's a good number?
For the heavyweight title fight, they would like it over the $500,000 mark. When it's a big name like Brock Lesnar, he four times he eclipsed the $1 million buys mark.
Here's what I don't understand. Here's a guy, blue-collar guy, hardworking guy, paramedic, right? I mean, he goes in, he works his shift a couple of days after he fights. If he's physically able to do that, why can't they sell that?
I don't know, but it really comes down to the fact that Stipe is a humble guy, doesn't really promote himself all that much, and just wants to live a simple life and go about his business.
Real quickly, Matt, I only have a couple of seconds. When will he fight again?
Likelihood is June to September, possibly pushing it off to November.
And maybe they'll iron all of this out. Maybe not. Matt, great job. Thanks. Thanks for your coverage of the great champ, Stipe Miocic. And thanks for joining us. ET is next.